as Joey's ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. This is for TV, so okay, John, go ahead.
Okay. Thanks very much. We are here with Joey Gallo and Joey, team first. What a great response that was in the 7th inning after the Giants had tied it up in the 6th, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's huge. To answer with runs after they put up a pretty big inning and started to get momentum on their side, you can feel as soon as we scored that 4 runs in the 7th that it was, the game started to change and the momentum kind of started going our way a lot. So it was a huge boost for us, and it's kind of like what happened in our last home game too, where momentum's on their side, and we grind out at bats and end up scoring a few runs. So it's a pretty good win, especially going into an off day.
And for you personally, you're 3 for 4. You're hitting the ball. You hit the home run, but you had to love your day offensively. You told us not long ago you felt like you were really close. It looked like you're there today.
Yeah, no, I felt good today. It's always tough. Day games are always tough to get the body going. And in the beginning of the game, I didn't feel too great after a long night game before. But it's just gotta have to compete and whatnot. And I felt like I had a really good first at bat. Was able to go the other way. And, just kind of led into having more good at bats and seeing the ball well. So, it was pretty good day for me today at the plate. Like I said, I feel really good.
That home run was an 0-2 pitch off a lefty. I mean, that just that demonstrates, right? That's an example of just where you are as a hitter, isn't it?
Yeah, it's you don't get many 0-2 mistakes, I guess you can say. But you always have to be ready for it. So I was, I went down in the count. I hadn't faced him too much, so I don't really know what his repertoire really was. I was just kind of going up there and getting a feel for it. So when I went down 0-2, obviously with a guy on third, I'm just thinking I got to put a ball in play somehow. I got to score this run. This is a huge run. Was able to, like I said, get a barrel on it, and ended up getting out of the ballpark for 3 runs. So that was pretty exciting. Finally,
from me, Joey, kind of like when we talked after the last home game, kind of sucked to have an off day now, doesn't it? You get the offensive momentum going, and now it grinds to a halt on the off day.
Yeah. I was thinking that today too, because I remember saying that, and it's I think it's it's a real thing. It's tough when you kind of get momentum going and you're getting into playing shape and you're seeing pitches, and then there's an off day. Especially after a day game, it's a longer period of time before you play another game. But that's what we get paid to play baseball, and we have to make adjustments to that. So it would be great if we were playing tomorrow, but we're not. So we have to just deal with the hand we're dealt.
Joey, thanks very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll take other questions for Joey. Evan.
Here now.
Joey, hello. What is the difference between Joey Gallo, 2-strike hitter in 2020 and earlier in his career?
I mean, more mature, I guess. I just, like I said, things are going my way right now. So that definitely helps. But all I think about is, I know pitchers aren't going to necessarily just hand me gifts and want me to put the ball in play. I think early in my career, I thought, they're always going to throw strikes because that's what pitchers are taught to do. And I started to learn over time, they're not going to just throw strikes to me. They know that I'm a power bat and I'm a threat to hit the ball of the ballpark. So, you see a lot of 3-2 sliders in the dirt, 3-2 balls thrown to me. So, I like I said, I've just matured a little bit in terms of knowing the situations and knowing where I'm at with my swing and who I'm facing. And so I think that's benefited me so far, at least. So, as I said, just learning the game a little more has helped.
And then the other thing for me is you have crushed it, obviously, in the number 4 spot. But you know what the 2 spots in the lineup are that have struggled the most are the number 2 and number 3 spots. How would you feel about hitting in either of those, Joey?
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously I do whatever I need to do to help the team out. I feel very comfortable, like I said, hitting cleanup. I love hitting cleanup. I feel like that's the best spot for, a player like me, power guy, who strikes out maybe a little bit. But like I said, if wherever they put me in the lineup, I go out and compete. So I believe I have a lot of belief in these guys in the clubhouse, though. I just want to say that because it's been 8 games and things might not have gone our way so far, offensively, pitching, whatever, defense. But there's a lot of really good players, and I think we're starting to see a lot of better at bats and guys seeing the ball a little bit better and fighting. So we have a lot of talented, really good players in that clubhouse. So I think anybody can. There's a lot of guys who can step in the 2 or 3 spot and have success and help us win games.
Thank you, Joey.
Next question, please, TR.
So you're missing Odor and you're missing Santana, but you still feel confident with the guys around you then?
Well, I mean, those are 2 huge losses for sure. Two guys who help us win a lot of games. But I think the difference between this year is we knew, there wasn't a lot of time to prepare. There wasn't a lot of time to get your bodies ready. There was going to be injuries. So, like I said, we have a lot of really talented players who aren't even playing right now because we have so many good players start in the starting lineup. So there's a lot of guys, like I said, next man up. When someone goes down, someone else is right there ready to go. So, like I said, I have a lot of belief in those guys.
Other questions, Alex?
Joey, all 3 of your homers have come in the final game of the respective series. Is that just pure sheer coincidence?
Yeah, it's definitely coincidence. It's just definitely. I'm just going, wow, I haven't hit a home run this series. I should probably try this game and see what happens. But no, I think it always helps when you face a team over and over again. Especially teams that, like we said, we haven't really played these teams too much. The Rockies, the Diamondbacks, the Giants. I haven't played the Giants in 2 years, so it's not one of those teams that you're very familiar with. So you're kind of going up there and getting a feel for how they might throw to you, how they might pitch to you, and whatnot. So I think everybody's kind of doing that right now. But it's just I think it's a little bit of a coincidence for sure.
Thanks, Joey.
2 more. Anything else for Joey? A couple more. Chris.
So this is kind of a complicated question, but you've done pretty well here at the beginning of the season. Things like really seem like they're clicking right now. Obviously you guys scored 9 runs today, but when it comes to your teammates that are struggling a little bit and they might be overthinking things, I know you tend to lead more by example than by communicating, but what do you feel like you can say to your teammates that are struggling a little bit to try to help them get things figured out?
Yeah, I always, for me, there's a way to handle when guys are struggling, and it's not going to the media and saying, well, I told this guy this and that. It's just going up to him after a game and after an at bat, and I like to be told, hey man, that was a great at bat. You might have been out, but you hit the ball well. You saw a lot of pitches. And just a little thing to make them feel better, because I know when I'm struggling, I like when a guy comes up to me and says, "Hey, great at bat, man. That helped us out a lot. We saw some pitches and whatnot." It's like the same with Willie right now, where obviously he's not getting a ton of hits, but he's hitting the ball hard. He's having really good at bats, and he had that that bases loaded sac fly against a lefty, which was huge. I mean, that's a great at bat to drive in a run right there. You don't get a hit out of it. But you still had a great at bat. You scored a run and you helped the team win. So it's just little things like that. I think you can always be a great teammate, help those guys that are struggling, because you never know when you're going to be there too, and you want to have those guys that have your back as well.
All right, thanks, Joey.
Last question, Evan.
Hey, did you think at all about, okay, how am I going to get through this off day with absolutely nothing to do or go anywhere and be kind of prisoner in a hotel room? How are you approaching it?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about that in the outfield. Probably gonna, maybe I should be thinking about other stuff in the outfield, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I'm probably just gonna take some bands home, just so I can do a little workout. Someone told me to do some yoga. I might do some yoga, and obviously I have video games as well. So video games should take up most of the time. But yeah, I'm gonna try to stay active somehow, because it's a little different having an off day on the road when you're stuck in a little hotel room than, you know, being at home and you have your apartment and you have a house or whatever to do whatever. So it's going to be interesting to see what we come up with.
Okay, thanks.